Before anything exists in your business, the clients, the sales, freedom, it first exists in your mind. You see, every successful entrepreneur you admire saw their success before it showed up. They visualized it, believed it, and then took aligned action until it became real. You see, visualization isn't daydreaming, it's not frou-frou stuff. It's mental rehearsal. It's training your mind to experience the success before it happens. So when opportunities show up, you're already prepared to receive it. In fact, visualization is something that athletes use as a tool in order to help them prepare to win games. Today, I'm going to show you how to use visualization to grow your business faster, to boost your confidence, and align your energy with the results that you want and so deserve. My name is Yvonne Bramble, a business and finance coach. I help entrepreneurs and small business owners scale to six figures with clear strategies, simple systems, and a powerful money mindset so that they can build profitable business that support their lifestyle and purpose. You know, my clients go from feeling stuck and overwhelmed to leading their business with clarity and confidence. And I'd love that for you as well. You know, when I started visualizing what I wanted for my business, instead of just focusing on what I feared or what I was afraid would happen, or focusing on problems and issues that showed up, when I started focusing on what I wanted, everything changed, everything shifted. I used to wake up thinking about what could go wrong, right? The client who might cancel, the launch that might flop, the bills that were due. Then I started spending maybe 5 minutes each morning visualizing what I wanted instead. Clients saying yes, sales notifications coming up, right? Me speaking confidently, inspiring others. And I'll tell you, within weeks, I noticed a shift, not just in results, but in how I felt deep inside. See, I stopped chasing opportunities and started attracting them. I started operating in more ease, more grace, and more flow instead of overwhelm, anxiety, and stress. And in this video, I'm sharing with you these 3 business coaching tips that have helped me, and I hope that will also serve you in your journey. And these 3 business coaching tips are on the power of visualizations for entrepreneurs, how to see the business and life you want before it happens. Let's dive right in. Business coaching tip number 1 is see it before you do it. So you see, your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. When you visualize something clearly and emotionally, your brain starts working to make it happen. And what you want to do is you want to start by visualizing one specific business goal every day, something measurable, maybe like signing 3 new clients, maybe speaking on a stage, or hitting a revenue milestone. Hey, even writing your book, just visualize that. Let's say it's a book. Visualize yourself with the front cover, on the front cover maybe. Visualize yourself signing autographs. Visualize yourself seeing your books where books are sold in Barnes and Nobles, or maybe even in Amazon, right? Just start really being concrete on this thing that you want, okay? Visualizing it very specifically, right? Close your eyes and see it as if it's already happened, and focus on how it feels, right? Continue with the example of the book. Okay, not just seeing yourself, seeing the book, seeing yourself in let's say Barnes and Nobles, writing autographs. Okay, that's fine. Now step into it. Now feel it. How does it feel to be writing an autograph for the book that you wrote? How does it feel to see that your book is on Amazon? Just really feel into that, because that's really the programming component. See, that's the missing link that a lot of people miss, because they'll visualize it, they'll see it, but they don't take the second step, which is stepping into it through emotion and feeling. Because the emotion and the feeling is the trigger, okay, that brings that that magnetizes it, okay? So again, don't just see the numbers, right, of the revenue coming in. Feel the excitement of the payment notifications, right? Hear the client's gratitude and imagine celebrating that win, right? The more senses that you involve, the stronger your subconscious belief becomes. Maybe imagine yourself smelling the book, smelling the pages. You know how when you get a new book and you're flipping the pages and there's that new book smell? Really use your senses, right? So you can see it, right? See, smell, taste, hear, touch, right? Involve your 5 senses in the experience of feeling, right? And that's really going to set that trigger off before it can happen. It's going to trigger the domino effect, aligned action, right? And other things. I had a client visualize signing her first $10,000 contract every morning for 30 days. She pictured opening her email, reading the message, and saying out loud, I did it, right, for her consulting company. And she took aligned action every single day to work towards it for her consulting company. And one day, right, she received a proposal acceptance for exactly $10,000. And she told me later that she felt it was like deja vu, because she'd already experienced it so many times in her mind. And it felt completely natural, right, for her pitch to go smoothly, right, and ultimately to be able to get that contract. But again, she felt into it, she visualized it, and she took aligned action, right? She had set up an outreach program that we worked on through LinkedIn and was able to connect to the companies that were willing to pay handsomely for her consulting services. So that leads me to business coaching tip number 2. Pair visualization with action. You see, visualization alone doesn't work without aligned action. Seeing the goal sets the direction. Taking consistent action makes it real, okay? So we don't want to confuse the two. We don't just want to visualize. Now we want to take action. After each visualization, write down one action that you can take that's going to move you closer to that vision. So for example, if you're visualizing attracting new clients, take aligned action by reaching out to potential clients. If you're visualizing financial freedom, review your offers or your pricing. Visualization programs your focus, but action turns it into momentum. Okay, I'm going to repeat that because that's important. Visualization programs your focus. When I say visualization, I also mean everything. Visualizing, feeling into it, all the emotions, everything we talked about, right? That visualization, it programs your focus, right? It's telling your brain, this is what we're doing. And if you're consistent in that, now you want to take inspired action, okay? And you're going to know what to do because intuitively, if you're doing this morning routines with your visualization and journal writing that we've talked about, then you're going to be able to know, okay, this is the next step, this is the next step. And you're going to be surprised with the synchronicities that you experience in life once this sets off. You know, one of my clients visualized being fully booked with coaching clients, but for weeks she wasn't making things consistently. She wasn't marketing consistently either. But once we added a daily action step, so okay, we're going to visualize, but we're also going to take an aligned action. What's that aligned action going to be? You see? So we were really intentional. Once we added a daily action step, reaching out to a new lead or posting a new offer, she filled her calendar in 6 weeks. And she said to me, the visualization kept my energy aligned, but action made it inevitable, okay? And that's the thing, is the inspired, intuitive, and aligned action is going to make your result inevitable. And that leads me to business coaching tip number 3. Use a vision board as a daily anchor. A vision board helps your subconscious to stay focused on your goals by keeping them visible. It's a visual reminder of what you're creating. So what you want to do is create a digital or physical vision board with images that represent your goals. maybe your dream business, financial milestones, travel, health, lifestyle. See, we put everything in here. One example is last year I created a vision board with what I wanted from my business, the places I wanted to travel, and one of the places that I put, I actually never really thought in my lifetime that I would go. It's just because I took the time to think about travel, it popped up. Okay, but I remember years ago, during, while I was in college, I always wanted to go to Egypt. So this popped up again. Oh, I want to go to Egypt. Why don't I just add that to my vision board? And sure enough, I looked for a picture online, printed it out, and put it on my vision board. And it happened a lot sooner than I even planned or expected. There was an opportunity that showed up to go to Egypt, and I had a trip of a lifetime. I learned so much, and it inspired me, and I showed up differently even for my business because of travel. And I was able to have such more greater conversations, more depth in conversations as I talked about my experience in Egypt. So this is one example. Even health. I mean, I was postpartum after the twins. I was 50 pounds, 60 pounds overweight. And health was very important to me. In fact, it was in my vision board. And because of that hormone changes once you have kids and all that, I thought, this is never going to be me. Oh, I'm just going to put it in there and let's see what happens. Well, when I got focused on visualization, funny enough, and I'm going to be honest with you, while I was doing the visualization, I honestly that was the time when I really didn't believe that it was possible, but I stuck with it. I forced myself to sit there and visualize. Then I got into it. I turned into a habit. And sure enough, now I wasn't purposely taking a line of action at the time. I was just visualizing. And then slowly but surely, I started noticing I would make different decisions. I signed up to a specific coach that can actually help me with my diet, clean it up, and just all these little things that happen along the way, okay, that really helped me get to a lot closer to my goal weight, okay? And I know that I'm talking about health, I'm talking about traveling, and you might say, well, what does this have to do with business? It has everything to do with business, because if you're showing up with gut issues, overweight, sluggish, with mental fog, you're not going to be 100%. You're not going to have the energy to give to your business, let alone your family and everything else. See, everything is related, right? We're not waffles. We're more like spaghetti, right? Everything is related. So you having the best family vacation of your life is going to help you show up differently for your business. Your energy is going to be different. You being in a great, healthy state of your life, you're going to be completely different. You're going to show up differently for your business. So everything is related. Your lifestyle is important. So when you do this vision board, think of everything, right? So what are those milestones that you want to achieve? Right? Look at it daily while you visualize. So I have my vision board here in my home office, okay? And a lot of times, funny enough, my husband will see my vision board and he'll do things. In fact, the reason why we picked this house was because something similar was in my vision board, and my husband kept reminding me of what was in our vision board, and he actually built and designed our kitchen so it could line up to the vision board, okay? Even when I completely forgot about it, because I do vision boards every year, a new one every year, and that was an older vision board, but he never forgot. So that's what I'm saying is really take this seriously, take this to heart. Each time you see your vision board, feel as if you already have it and be grateful for that in your life. And the key isn't just looking at it, it's feeling it. That's the trigger, that's the key. The more emotion you attach to these images, the faster your subconscious mind accepts it as reality, and it will happen. It's just a matter of time. I had a client who put her dream speaking stage, her ideal client testimonials, and her income goal on her vision board. And she looked at it every morning and visualized herself already there. It was in her office. Within 8 months, she was invited to speak at her first conference, and the exact image that she penned. And she said, it didn't surprise me. It felt like I was stepping into what I had already seen, right? In fact, it's scriptural. Write the vision and make it plain. Right? That's in scripture. That's meaningful, right? So write the vision, and once you write it in the journal, the next step is to put it on your vision board and make it plain. Because with the vision board, I'm just saying, okay, you're thinking vision board, no. But if you actually do the work, you're gonna see, you know how many photos of Egypt I had to go through before I picked which one actually captured what I wanted? You see? So that whole process is part of programming your mindset. Okay? So go through the process because the richness, the value is in the journey. Now let's take these coaching tips and put them into practice. I want to share with you that if you need help and support in any one of these concepts that I just described or any other area in your business, go ahead and book a coaching call with me. I have coaching, one-on-one private coaching calls available as of today. So go ahead and book a coaching call with me, and I'll be happy, I'll be honored to work with you to making your dreams a reality. Now let's take these coaching tips and put them into practice. Knowledge only becomes power when you take action, right? So what I want you to do is spend 5 minutes every morning visualizing one business goal. See it, feel it, and believe that it's already yours. I'm going to repeat that because that's important. Okay? What you want to do every morning, take 5 minutes, just 5 minutes. Visualize one business goal. Don't go bananas and visualize 5. Just one. Start with one. What I want you to do is to see it in your mind's eye. And then after you see it, you feel into it. And then once you feel into it, believe that it's already yours. Okay? And then be grateful. Be grateful that it's already yours. Okay? Then what you want to do is take one small action, one small intuitive and aligned action that moves you closer to that vision. Okay? And I do want to prefix it with, if you have time, bonus, journal on it. Journal on it, write the vision and make it plain. Write it down. Write it down, see it, believe it, feel into it, be grateful for it, okay? And then you want to wrap it up with a vision board, okay? Take the time to identify an image and put a vision board together. Remember, clarity plus consistency equals manifestation. Now let's recap. Visualization isn't magic. It's mental preparation. So when you train your mind to see success before it happens, you naturally align your actions, decisions, and energy with the result you want in mind. Now, inside my Financial Freedom Accelerator Academy, I'll teach you how to combine visualization with proven wealth strategies so you can attract and build financial freedom much faster. The link is in the description box below. Click to check it out and enroll. Now, thanks for watching. If you got value from this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who's going to benefit from this business coaching. It just takes a few seconds to just click that like button or share. And that's really going to support this channel and support others to be able to have the opportunity to see this free content. Also it's going to help and support the YouTube algorithm to go ahead and pick it up. Now, if fear or doubt have ever held you back from taking your next big step, you won't want to miss this next video. How entrepreneurs can overcome fear and doubt when building a business. This one is a good one. Click here to watch, and I'll see you on the next one. Oceans of love. Till next time.